listening to Boss Lee. Hashtag Boss Lee. Jessie Lee. She has become my favorite network marketer, along with other people, because my mentor Shanji Murphy is introducing me to a lot of people. So the fact that I am able to pour into you guys the way they pour into me is priceless for me. So let's get to it. This is episode 7. I am your host, your one and only Magda Annette Soto, aka Aunt Maggie, your humble servant here to serve you. Share, like, and subscribe. If you don't mind, support a sister out. Don't wait for someone to die so you can start supporting them. I'm here. I'm alive. Support me now. That's all I'm asking. It's for your support. Like, share, and subscribe. The minute you see this, like, share, and subscribe. So I was pondering on the word fear. Face everything and rise is the acronym of fear. But the topic today is to move beyond fear. And as I was reading the word of God today, it's what we should do every day. I found on Exodus 14:13 on the New Version Bible, do not be afraid. Stand firm and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. So I'm going to dare myself to say, fear is something that is taught. Just like poverty is something that is taught, so is fear. Caught up in the mesmerizing stories of the past failures and hurts, it's easy to talk yourself out of going for your dreams and doing what you know God is calling you to do. Identifying the fear thoughts that are holding you back and replace them with thoughts of faith. And how do you do that, you say? Great question. We do that by replacing a faith thought every time a negative thought or a fearful thought rises up. Because you see, the mental obsession and the battle begins in your head. We can become our own worst enemy. So the battle starts with you. It starts in your head. So once you can replace that fear thought to a positive thought or a faithful thought, your whole world starts to shift. Because when you sit in joy and you sit in the now, instead of looking for the how or the strategy, your whole world will start to turn upside down for the better. Because that is when you start to live in abundance, because everything else will start to line up in your life. Everything you desire, everything you want in life, having more of what you want and less of what you don't, will start to just appear in your life. When you surrender to just going with the flow, and you have no attachment to a feeling, a state, or just a being, you will start to flow in a frequency that everything will just start to come to you. Because you see, everything doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. You might be in a trial or tribulation today, but that is just a lesson you might need to learn. And when you learn that lesson, the lesson disappears. Because that's the thing. The focus is learning the lesson. What lesson am I going to learn from this tragedy, this trial, this tribulation? That's what you ask yourself. And then you ask yourself, what would it take for me to get to the next level? What would it take for me to get to the next step? And then quiet yourself enough to find the answer, because the answer will come. It always does. But you have to stop the distractions around you. There's so much noise and so much distraction around us that we don't get a chance to listen to the answer of the questions that most likely we're always asking. This goes for me as well. I'm not just telling you guys, I'm saying this for myself as well. So that is not when I started to learn how to meditate, to inhale faith and love, and exhale fear and doubt, and literally do the motion with my hands so that my meditation can be more focused on my breathing. Because sometimes the racing thoughts don't stop, especially when you're a beginner. I can completely relate to you. I completely understand where you're coming from. They don't stop. But you have to train yourself, just like fear was taught since being a little girl or a little boy. These things you can train yourself to do these things as well. We had to undevelop what's been developed and unwire what's been wired in our head since we were born. And start listening to people who have what you want. Start following people who have what you want and start to take suggestions. If you want to shift in your life, we need to start to take suggestions and be open to suggestions. Always being coachable, always being a student. Because if you think you know more than whoever, then you will stay stuck. It's really that simple, guys. It's really that simple. We are the only ones that tend to make things harder. Because sometimes, and I'm just going to say sometimes, it's easier for us to just stay in our comfortable zone, to stay stuck where we want to be because we're too lazy to move forward in our lives. So, what are you going to do? What is it going to take for you to be where you want to be next year? What will it take for you to have that dream, that desire that you've always wanted in your life? Think about it. What is that dream? What is that desire that was put in your heart? Because those gifts are gifts from God. Those desires and dreams were put in our heart because it came from God. And if God makes a masterpiece, you are God's masterpiece, then everything he put in you is perfect. We are our own worst enemy. Identify the fear thoughts that are holding you back and replace them with thoughts of faith. Move beyond fear-based thinking and look at your life in the light of God's promises. The promises of God, they are all in Psalms. You are larger than your fears. God will help you move beyond the limitations of fear and doubt. God will be right in front of you. Before you move, he's already in front of you. So if you could just surrender to a power greater than yourself, then you will get to the top. It's his promise. And he doesn't lie. He's a perfect God. So that's what I had for you guys today. Thank you for allowing me some time. I don't want to take too much of your time. So I'm going to leave you guys like I always leave you. If you believe, you can achieve. Let's go. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. I see you guys tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Bless you. Mwah. Thank you. Bye-bye.